광명성 3호 2호기 위성 발사 성공. 12월 10일 평안북도 철산군 서해 위성 발사장에서 운반 로켓 은하 3을 통한 광명성 3호 2호기 위성의 발사가 성공했습니다. 위성은 예정된 궤도에
After seeing the presentation of our favorite system, what do you think? Our system is the best system, right?
Oh, I don't think so. The system will unavoidably create chaos later.
I think the system in our country is the best system among the world. It completely blocks information from the foreign country, and I successfully makes out people believe that we are the best country in the world.
It is such a nice thought. If the world becomes more globalized and interconnected, it is unable to stop the influx of massive information towards North Korea. For example, there is an increase in the flow of news and information into North Korea thanks to both foreign audio stations and organizations which send multimedia content across the border. Actually, the people can always access the information privately.
I think there are just little people doing that. In fact, all media are under control by our government. For example, all radio, TV station and newspaper are under censorship of North Korea. Unlike South Korea, we only have one newspaper, Rodong Shinmun, that's owned by the state to propagate news to citizens. This can prevent lots of conflicts and petitions as they can only access to a very limited amount of news. This is our secret weapon to let people trust we are the best.
But you are underestimating your people, as the border of North Korea is just next to China and South Korea. Your people can in fact bring a lot of smuggled DVDs and books which refute the lifestyle of Western countries. For example, your people can see the democratic political system of the Western country and how China has developed and improved in terms of standard of living under the Chinese-style Communist Party leadership. Your life will not be kept forever. Before the day comes, I suggest you to open up your country to the world.
But we have done several measures to restrict a small section of the elites who must receive state approval to access to the internet. It should be okay for now, I think.
And also, not involving people in political decision-making process is also a huge mistake in your country which have made. Have you seen the example of Egypt and Arab Spring? When the gathered power of the people is strong enough, they will overthrow you. Your country should do something to avoid this.
Are you sure it is a good idea to lessen our control? I don't think so. See those Western countries such as the USA, the people there always protest, and protest. Why? This is because they allow people to make decisions. This will become chaotic when people are allowed to give their ideas.
Have you ever read the book called Nothing to End, written by one of the men who escaped from your home country? It serves as a study of how human lives will be impacted when the culture and political system gone wrong. As shown in the book, you would deny not only the basic freedom, but also the basic provision necessary to maintain any quality of life. The ruler in the North Korea did not give a bit of freedom to the people, not to mention involving them in decision-making process. When the people are too starved or too angry, some of them will think of escaping your country. They will find out that the world outside is much better, and some of them will choose to go back to your home country to help the people who are still there. This will ultimately create social instability, which may cause social movement in the end. I think not involving the voice of citizens in the political system and keeping secrets from them are not feasible. For your own good, I think you should discuss with your ruling party to prevent such things. When government's decision cannot respond to the needs of citizens, it will create disappointment in the country. Moreover, it will adversely affect social cohesion and sense of belonging of the people.
Okay.
war ein Befehl! Der Angriff Steiners war ein Befehl! Wer schickt Sie, dass Sie es wagen, sich meinen Befehl zu widersetzen? So weit ist das also.
Sir, I've learned something interesting from conference today. I'm now representing my colleagues to report the reform of our media. I believe that it is not possible to exercise such control on mass media in our country for such a long time.
What? Don't you know you are now emitting crime against our state?
I truly love my nation, sir. Continuing to be an isolated state is no longer the way. Our people should be granted the right to learn more about the outside world.
Why?
So, people now have the way to learn more about the outside world through illegal means. If there are more and more people trying this way, this might create uncertainty to our nation.
This is not nonsense. We need to change, but won't it lead to disaster?
Well, if we take a radical approach, surely it will. However, we can take a step-by-step approach, like China. We can prevent brutality. People will not know what the outside world actually is. They only merely receive Western entertainment. Our people are just far from literate to make decisions. Improvements in their living standard should be placed a higher priority in making political decisions.
Yes, doing that can take us closer from the path of China, our partners.
I believe that under the influence of better IT, we need better input from people at the future. It is inevitable to let them make decisions for themselves at the end. However, the time hasn't come. Not every state can undergo radical change without affecting the stability of the regime.
Okay, I think we are in a similar situation as China in 1980s, so we can follow their approach. Actually, we must seriously to choose the entertainment like the TV series. I would prefer TV series more than news because news would easily explore our situation to our citizens. And also, we should set time for TV series no more than 2 hours per day because they can't really edit in the foreign culture. This will definitely threaten our consolidation work on our propaganda.
So, I think that we can choose some Chinese series during the 1980s to our citizens. They are based on few reasons. Firstly, it would similar to our trend like clothing or style, just like our present state. Secondly, it would not expose some outside information to them. Therefore, they would adapt to the entertainment and decrease the demand in international affairs, just like a book just like a book named How Media Inform Democracy, a Comparative Approach mentioned.
Yeah, you also decrease the number of smugglers as we allow the smugglers DVDs and USB drivers containing other countries' movies, like South Korea and US. If we start to broadcast this movie for national TV, then they don't need to take risks in smuggling.
Well, why don't we just further allow the access to the internet to our citizens instead of the intranet? This would be a quick recipe for people to learn more about what is happening outside our country.
I don't think it's a good idea. I guess we must impose strict censorship as information in the internet can spread fastly. Any rumors can turn into a disaster to the regime. We should open the media step by step rather than by once. We should keep an eye on TV series and then evaluate the project before we make the discussion on the internet.
Yes, okay, thank you, sir.